signs that a woman is intimidated by you. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and go ahead and hit that notification button if you haven't already. All right, today we're going to be talking about signs that a woman is intimidated by you. All right, one thing that a man needs to understand about a woman when we start talking about intimidation is that she's more intimidated than a man is to a woman because of the emotional feelings that she has. But you also need to understand is that when she's intimidated by you, she thinks that you're the most alpha man at that moment, which means that you have the advantage over her. And the reason why you have the advantage over her because women have this thing in their brain where they are attracted to a man that they fear. All right, I'm gonna repeat that. Women are attracted to men that they fear. So if she's intimidated by you, she's looking at you as being a head alpha man. And remember, alphaness is going to be different from woman to woman. So intimidation is a true sign that she's really into you and she's allowing you to control her. All right? And we're going to go through some of those signs today so you're able to recognize them. So if you come across this situation, you can be more confident. All right? First, we're going to talk about her avoiding contact. All right, avoiding contact is an attraction sign too. It's a body language sign. But when I start talking about avoiding contact, let's say you're in a public area and you happen to look up and spot a woman looking at you, but she may be looking at you from a distance. Don't confuse that with she like you or is intimidated by you if she looks away. She may have been looking at something that you were doing. The only way you're going to know she's intimidated by you is if she's close to you. All right? When she's close to you and you guys are having conversation, she's talking, but she can't quite look at you in her eyes. She's talking, but she's looking away every time you look at her. So you find yourself holding a conversation with her, watching the side of her face, or both of you may look at a certain thing and talk. That's a sign that she's intimidated by you. Whenever you guys are holding conversations, staring at different things, and then you stare back at each other. That's her nervousness kicking in. So if you find yourself staring at an object that she's staring at, and both of you guys are still holding conversation, but you're just reacting off a sound, then that's a true sign that she's intimidated by you. Next, all right? This is different from the attraction. See, on the attraction side, a woman's gonna always lean into you whenever she talks to you. When she's intimidated by you, her body is not gonna be pointed away from you. It's gonna be pointed at a slant. So you're gonna spend more time looking at the side of her face, but you're also gonna spend a lot of time looking at her shoulders. So if you find yourself holding a conversation with her and her body is tilted at a side view, and you're seeing more of her shoulder than you are the other shoulder, start paying attention to this. That's intimidation. Normally that would come with you and her avoiding eye contact is actually looking at her body. But sometimes women will also have body movements to where they're doing things with their body, but they're never directly coming towards you. But she's still holding a conversation with you. She still wants to interact with you, but she's just scared to openly show you that she wants to get closer to you. So she's always tilted to her side at a slant. Pay attention to that one, because that one and the eye contact typically is going to work hand in hand unless you're sitting down. When you're sitting down, definitely pay attention to the fact that she can't look at you. But if you're standing up, always put the eyes and the body language together. Next, her voice would get really loud or her voice would get really low. Now, what you're going to see is when she first come across you, she's going to get loud. That's the first thing that she's going to do is get loud. And with this, you must think of a lion. The closer you get to a lion is more scared of people than the people being scared of the lion. So a lot of lions roar for intimidation. That's what a woman does when she's nervous and she's intimidated by you. She would get louder, but that loudness would turn into a soft voice really fast. The loud part of her will only come out at the initial greeting between you and her. But after that, her voice settles down. She becomes more calm and more settled. This is something you really want to pay attention to. And one way that you can pay attention to it is catching your moods. Because in a lot of cases, when women get loud, men have a tendency to get angry fast just as well. When women starts getting loud, it annoys a man. So when you find yourself being annoyed by her, and then all of a sudden she calms back down, and all of a sudden you and her are having conversation, but you're still trying to figure out, like, why would you have an attitude so much? That's because she's intimidated by you. And on the initial reaction, she got loud, she expressed anger, and then she settled down and became more of a little girl. That signs that she's intimidated by you, but she's also giving you the power because she looks at you as being the head alpha male at that moment. Realize another man can walk through the room that she gets more alpha traits from, and she'll turn around and do these things to him. Next, fidgety. She's going to be very fidgety, playing with her hair, playing with her purse. Women are good for playing with her purse, playing in her purse, or constantly looking at her phone, text messaging. Now, if you and her are holding a conversation, right, but she's standing there, her body is tilted, she can't make eye contact, and she's playing on her phone like she's text messaging, she's intimidated by you. Because the text messaging is just giving her something to do to increase the distraction, to make it look like she's busy when she's really not. Most of the time, when women are on their phone, they're not on their phones actually being distracted by what's on their phone. They're actually on their phone because they are intimidated by the environment. So a lot of women that you walk past on a day-to-day will always keep their head in their phone because they're intimidated by life. They're scared to look up. So understand, when she starts doing these fidgety things and she's doing them right next to you, but she's still holding conversation and her eye contact is drifting away, but now she's in her phone, now she's playing with her hair, now she's talking to you, playing inside of her purse, now she's tapping inside of her pants, acting like she's trying to find something, she's intimidated. Her nervous system is running amok and she don't know how to control it, but she doesn't want to walk away from you because she's still interested. Next, pausing during a conversation. That's where she's talking, then she stops, thinks for a little bit, then she starts talking again. You can expect a lot of girls to do this when they're intimidated, is switch the conversation in the middle of a conversation because they're nervous. When a woman is nervous, her attention span cannot last that long, which means she could start talking about a subject and then she wouldn't know how to hold a conversation onto that subject. So she'll switch it over and go to another subject, and she'll switch and go to another subject. But before she does it, she'll always stop, pause, and then just go into something else. So you'll be like, oh yeah, I did that. Oh my God, you see that over there? You can expect that with a lot of women, where the conversation is going real smooth. Then all of a sudden she's like, help me with this and do this. And you're kind of like, what? Wow. What do you want to do? Her attention span just stops, jumps, and goes to somewhere else. That's the sign she's intimidated because she can't think properly because she's nervous. A lot of times when women are nervous, when they're next to you, it's going to be as if they have antsy pants, where they can't do anything, but they're still in the vicinity of you. She's not staring at you. She's talking, but it ain't too much eye contact. Her body is constantly to the side and moving around. And she's playing around and acting fidgety with her conversations. But she's still in the vicinity of you. That means that she's intimidated by you. She wants to get closer to you, but she's waiting for you to take the lead. Now, if she does all of these things, but there's more people around and then she walks away from you, she wasn't interested. So a lot of you guys out there, you may catch some women looking at you, but it does not count unless that woman is next to you holding a conversation. Women look at a lot of people from a distance. She may think you're a weirdo doing something weird, or she may be looking at you like, all right, do I know him? But she's only going to express that she likes you when she's actually in front of you, holding a conversation, and you're able to read all these signs. And that's how you're going to know if a woman is intimidated by you. But remember, if she's intimidated by you, this is going to be the easiest girl for you to get because she thinks you're the head alpha. So she's going to allow you to lead. Typically, when they get like this, it's easy to pull them on in. All right, this is Anthony Spade. Hasta la vista.